Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. Drink water and don't be racist. And we're unhauling books today, but there are some that I'm kind of on the fence about, and so I would love your responses down below if you think they're worth keeping and reading, or if I should just let it go. Let's see what I have. Before we get into that though, I would like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in the creative journey. So there are so many class topics like photography, illustration, graphic design, productivity, marketing. Skillshare classes include a combination of video lessons and a class project. They have classes to fit your schedule and your skill level. They're perfect for people who are current creatives. You're a beginner, a pro, an expert, ways to improve your craft or even start a new hobby or add something new to your creative process. So like I said, it's an online learning community that's curated especially for learning, so there's no ads. There's classes that are 15 minutes, classes that are 3 hours. There's so many options. There's a class for everyone, and since you're one of my wonderful subscribers, if you click the link below and you're one of the first 1,000 people, you'll get a free month of Skillshare Premium. So you can check out all of the classes and either improve a current passion or start a new hobby. So thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I love how the sun just changed. Like, it was just sunny and it's been raining on and off here, so I'm like fighting against the weather to film videos. But these are 3 books in the same series I'm gonna start with. And it is the Outlander series by Gabaldon. So I have read the first book and I liked it when I read it, I don't know, 2017, 2018, but they're so long. She's very wordy and over descriptive. And then I started watching the show. I haven't continued on the show, even though, what's his name is really nice to look at. But then I have tried to start this book a few times and haven't gotten past, oh look, I've got a bookmark, page 59. But I know so many people love these books. I know that people have issues with these books, with some of how the relationship is portrayed and like some, violence. I'm not gonna say I love that, but that didn't bother me as much as it bothered other people. My issue is like, the series is interesting, the whole premise is interesting, but is the length worth it? Because they continue to get longer, and then I have the 5th one, is it? And these are pretty simple covers, but I really love that they're all a different color and they're like big and floppy. So every time I look at my shelf, I'm like, Jessica, are we really gonna read those? So I really need your help if you think I should keep these and continue the series, even though I've only read 1 out of like 9. Let me know, please. The easy one to let go is The Prince's Gambit by C.S. Pacat. It's book 2. I don't own book 1. I've never read book 1. I don't have an interest in this anymore, so I'm gonna let that go. I have this Barnes & Noble special edition of A Darker Shade of Magic, but I didn't love it, so there's no point for me to keep it. I already unhauled my regular set of the books, and so I was like, why am I keeping this one? I didn't love this book, so I'm gonna have to let this one go. A couple of non-fiction books, I haven't read them and I don't think they're worth it. It's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which I thought was just a really cool title. And it's a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. And then Weird in a World That's Not, again, another cool title, but I just don't have interest in self-helpy books anymore. I don't really think they do much. They kind of say the same, they have the same ideas and they just say them in different ways, and I don't really think these are worth my time. Unless you think otherwise, let me know, but I haven't read them and I've owned them for like at least 2 years, so I don't think I'm getting to them. This is a memoir that I read. It was me all along, and I think I liked it at the time. I don't remember much about it, so it's not something I want to revisit. Like this, I don't even remember who this person is, Andy Mitchell, so it's not like somebody who's my all-time favorite, so there's really no need for me to hang on to this one, so this can go as well. And I think that's it in the non-fiction category, but I have this fiction book, Under the Tuscan Sun, I got because I had watched the movie and I love the movie and I've just never read it, and I've had it for like years. I bought a used copy, never got to it. If I want to read it eventually one day, I'll just borrow it from the library. I have a couple of arcs. Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard, and We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang. I actually got 2 of these on accident, and so we have a little free library in the base community, so I'm definitely going to drop these in there so a lucky person can read these. And I have read Realm Breaker and I liked it. It was a 3-star. I may continue the series, but it wasn't like amazing. It definitely started off better, and then it kind of but it was fine. And I still need to read this one, but I do have another copy. This is just an extra. Some recent reads that I'm gonna let go. Gideon the Ninth just wasn't for me. I really wish I could love this. Someone sent this to me as a gift, and I feel really bad for Unhaul, but I'm not gonna reread it. Like, I'm so torn because so many people who love this book, but then also the same people told me that Harold the Ninth gets even more confusing, and like I just don't think this series is for me, and I'm sad about it, but I don't need to keep it if I'm not gonna reread it, right? Why is this being conflicting? I shouldn't be conflicted in getting rid of this book that I was so confused when I read it, but I'm feeling like I should keep it. I don't know. Also, I'm so sad. Sorry, Cole, but the Goblin Emperor, I DNF'd this one. I think it was fine, but it was, if I continued, it was gonna just be a 3-star for me. And I was like, there's really no point. And also, I was like, when I ordered it, I thought this cover was really cool. I prefer this cover to the original one. And then Mara pointed out when they did a live show for this book that it is just off of Shutterstock.com, and I was like, wow, how basic. But yeah, I'm really sad. This is why I should have borrowed it from the library instead of buying a copy, but I thought I would really love it. Just didn't work for me. It was just way too slow, and yeah, it was just gonna be a 3-star, so I didn't finish this one, so maybe someone else can pick it up and love it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of these books. I can't put all of them in the free library because it is a little free library, and some of them are brand new that I've never read. They're in really good condition, but I don't really have a good way to sell them here. I don't know. Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater is going right into the little free library for sure if there's room. I got this one for free at my library, so maybe I should take it back to Anyway, I read this with Leanna and with a slight hope that I would enjoy it more than the Raven Boy series because I do love Ronan, and this is like a Ronan spin-off series, but still it was not enough. And not enough Ronan and Adam for me to continue, so bye-bye. Okay, another series I really am torn on, and that is the Imperium Trilogy. I don't have the last book, which is Lightbringer, I think. So I've read Furyborn, and then I was like, oh, I really enjoy this. Let me read Kingsbane. And then everyone told me that Kingsbane ends on a cliffhanger. So I was like, I'm gonna wait for the final book. Then I ordered Kingsbane, reread Furyborn, and I liked it a little less. I was like, oh, I think I'm remembering something different. Like, it wasn't terrible, but I didn't love it. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go into Kingsbane, and I had borrowed Lightbringer, whatever, from the library, and I've just never read Kingsbane. And I'm like, am I ever going to? Should I? I know some people really love this and other people like, so I'm like, is it worth it? Or should I just move on? Also, why does Furyborn have deckled edges, but Kingsbane don't? What is that? Oh, that's very rude and very ghetto. So I don't know. If you have an opinion, let me know below. I've already gotten rid of some books by this author, but I was still hanging on to these. One is Aurora Rising, which is really fun. I did enjoy this, but for the last one, if I want to read it, I would just borrow the audio from the library because the audios are really good. They're full cast, so I don't need this. It's not something I'm going to reread. And then also Lifelike. I've still never read this. This came out a while ago, and I think the trilogy is completed. I did try to read this once and wasn't feeling it and kept it to like get back to, but I just never, when I'm in the mood for sci-fi, I never think to read this. So again, if this is something I want to read in the future, I'll just borrow it from the library, and if for some reason it's so amazing, I'd have to buy it again, but I doubt it. So these are both in really good condition because I read this, I think I had an e-arc that I got from a friend. So I never even like read this copy, never read this one. So these are really good condition. I don't know. Maybe I can convince somebody's mama on Facebook to buy them for like $5. Okay, I've never read this one. I have no desire to read it, but I went through a lot of trouble to get this cover, and I have had a hard time parting with it, and it's Renegades by Marissa Meyer because this was the Target edition, and it was this cover, and I still think it's super beautiful, and I didn't want to get rid of it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna read it. I had a slight interest. I don't have any interest in it now. I need to just let it go, but that has been super hard for me to let go because it's beautiful, but someone else can enjoy both how the book looks and what's inside the book. So I'm just gonna have to say goodbye. You were not for me. This next group of books, I have not read any of these. I do not have all of the series. I was convinced I was going to find all of the series in these old covers when I was buying them from Goodwill for like $1 or $2, but I don't even know what it's called. The Vampire Books by Anne Rice. What's it called? I don't know what the series name is. Is it like, let's see. Is there a series name in here? I don't know. I just flipped open this book. And it says this book is dedicated to God. All right, Anne. I mean, you do you, girl. Anywho, I don't know how many books are in this series, but I have 6 of them. I don't even have Interview with the Vampire. So like, I think that's the first one. I truly don't even know, but I would just pick them up because I thought that the old covers, I liked them. I don't really like them now, but then I was picking them up. I do like deckled edges. And now I'm just kind of like, these just kind of ugly. Queen of the Damned, The Tale of the Body Thief. These are dedicated to God? Are they all dedicated to God? Oh, this one's for her parents. Okay, this one. Yeah, they're all giving me old religious painting vibes, and then Blood and Gold, which very creepy, which a lot of religious paintings are very creepy. I'm like slightly traumatized that she dedicated that book to God. But yeah, don't have all of the books. I don't think I have the first book. And am I gonna read these ever? I don't think so. Unless you have like some overwhelming reason why I should keep these, get the first book and read the series, let me know. Because I know these are, you know, obviously an older vampire book, because I do like the concept of vampires. They're just usually not executed well in books that have come out recently. I really don't like them. So again, if you want to try to sell me on keeping these, please let me know. Otherwise, I don't know where they're going, but they got to get the fuck up out of here. Randomly, I still have this Spain guidebook from when I studied abroad that just, I don't need it. Banty by Nnedi Okorafor. I did read this, didn't love it, so just can go. This is a duplicate. I had 2 copies of this one, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I didn't love this one as much as I was expecting, but I still did really like it. It's very soft sci-fi, very cozy, something I definitely would reread because I really loved a lot of the characters. And I do want to continue in the series, although I think they're companion books, not direct sequels. But this is just an extra one. Want by Cindy Pon. I think this was, yeah, probably a book outlet book that I got a while ago when I used to just buy books and be like, oh, I need to add on an extra one for shipping. The concept sounds really cool in this one, but I was reading it and I feel like I got like halfway through and I kind of just put it down. Like I don't know, wasn't feeling it. Although I feel like this would be a really fun adaptation, or like, yeah, a really fun adaptation, but I wasn't loving it. So I was like, oh, it can go to somebody else. This is just an extra copy of Nevernight. It's the UK paperback, but I have a hardcover that I'm keeping, so there's no need to have this. Another Nnedi Okorafor, Akata Witch, just another one that I didn't love, and if you watched my other video, I don't love her personally. I don't know her personally, but I don't love how she interacts with people on Twitter, and I didn't love 2 of the books that I tried by her, so she's not somebody I'm ready to try again anytime soon. But yeah, I think this is a middle grade, so maybe it just wasn't for me. But I know that a lot of people really do love Akata Witch, so maybe a kid on base will find this one and really love it. So this is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, another one. I listened to the audio for this, which I thought was better because the main character is trying to be a rapper, so there's like raps written in the book, and when I was trying to read them, I found it so awkward. So listening to it was a lot better, but I didn't love this one. and this just may be better for somebody else. And this is a UK paperback of Skyward. I finally got the hardcover because they did reprint it, so I don't need the paperback version anymore, which makes me very happy, even though it is relatively floppy for a UK paperback. They're usually much bound. They're usually bound way tighter, so somebody can get this beautiful edition. And then also this copy of Lord of Shadows. I bought this used, and I'm struggling because I know I bought this when we went to Hawaii a couple years ago, and I feel like I bought something else when we were there, and I need to figure out what book it was, because when I get a book somewhere, I don't like to get rid of it. But I read, is this the first one? No, I read Lady Midnight, and I have that one in paperback with the really cute spines, and then I just found this one for like $3, so I was like, let me get it, and I read it, and I didn't love it as much as Lady Midnight. And I haven't finished the series yet, but I was like, if I wanted it, I would get the paperback version with the matching spine. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then I have one more where I said I was gonna unhaul it a while ago. I still have it here. And, okay. So the book is House of Leaves by Mark Danielski. This paperback cost me $20, so I'm very mad about it. I was trying to buddy read it last October with my friend Danny. We got like 100 pages and we were bored, but I know people are now reading it because, again, it's spooky season, and I'm like, should I keep going? Should I like try it again? Is there an audiobook? I don't think there's an audiobook. I don't know. But it is, I think a lot of people have heard of House of Leaves. It has a really unique format. Like some of the pages, look, this literally has one word on it. And so a lot of it has like footnotes, because I think it's like at least 2 stories going on, if not more, but it's all formatted really interestingly. That's supposed to add to like the spooky element. I know there's even some sections where you have to like read it in a mirror because the section is backwards, and I really was wanting to read this to really get creeped out, and it just wasn't working for me. And I don't know if it was the time. I know a lot of people said, you know, the first part may be a little slow, but once you get past that, it really gets creepy. I don't know. So this is the last one, if you'll let me know. Ugh, why? It's so long. But I did pay $20 for this paperback, and I know I'm not gonna get my $20 back, so I'm like, maybe I should go ahead and read it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on those and the other ones that I mentioned. I feel like that's not a lot. Like I should be getting rid of some more, but that's enough for now. Okay, I do have space on my shelf, so I'm not feeling so terrible. I just wish I had a good place to go like sell them, like a used bookstore, to get like back some credit, and I wouldn't feel so bad. But I have not found any here. So I'll have to find out what to do with the ones like I don't plan to put in the free little library or whatever. And that's it. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Again, check out down below for the code for a free month of Skillshare Premium if you're one of the first 1,000 people. Shout out to my patrons. If you would like to join my Patreon, it's always linked down below, or other ways to support my channel. Thank you to Bebe's Besties, Kayla, Jamie, Rainer, Danielle, Katie, Bobby, Jen, Kristen, Leo, Kate, Terry, Emily, Jessie, Janine, Sarah, Pepper, Shannon, Kirsten, Elizaveta, Amber, Celine, Heidi, Maria, and Serena. And to the Nigel Lavandria Stans, Brianna, Katrina, Maya, Rosie, Ava, Claire, Carrie, T-Real, Demery, and Rainey. And of course, big shout out to Bebe's admirers and friends of Bebe. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone who supports this channel, whether you just watch, share, like. I appreciate you, so give this video a thumbs up. Think about subscribing to the channel. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreened. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.